Hola, estudiantes. It is Senora Grube, and this is a lesson on subject pronouns. So, you're probably watching this either because you wanted to just review what we talked about in class, or you were absent when we started talking about those subject pronouns. And so, you are watching this to help you understand. So, we have subject pronouns in both English and Spanish. We're going to talk about both today. We call pronouns in Spanish los pronombres, or sometimes you will hear los pronombres sujetos. Either are the subject pronouns. So in English, we know the subject pronoun I. In Spanish, it is yo. In English, we have the subject pronoun you, but in Spanish, we have tú, and it is informal. So, like a relationship with someone your own age, closer to your own age, if you're going to talk with them and need to use the subject pronoun tú, then that would be someone you're more familiar with. With someone who is older than you, someone you haven't met or known for very long, then you will use a different subject pronoun, which we will get to here in a minute. So this INF right here stands for informal. Also notice that tú has un acento. If you leave the accent mark off, it changes the meaning. So make sure if you're wanting the subject pronoun for you in Spanish, it's going to be tú with an acento. Next is él, which is he. We've worked with that quite a bit already. And remember, you need un acento here as well. Next, we have ella, which is she. So these are all what are called the singular subject pronouns. Nope, I lied. We have one more. Usted is also a singular subject pronoun, and that is you in a formal sense. So if you're speaking like with Mr. Worth, myself, Mr. Wilson, Mrs. McDonald, you would use usted. So here, these are the singular subject pronouns. Now we're going to move to this side, and these are going to be the plural subject pronouns. So next we have nosotros or nosotras, and that's we. Nosotros would be we, meaning a mixed group. Nosotras would mean only females. And in order to use we, you would have to be including yourself. So if it were our dia listada and 6 chicas, we would use he would say nosotros because he is a guy, even though there are 6 girls. If it was solamente chicas, all girls, and I was including myself, then it would be nosotras. Vosotros we're going to mention, but this has an asterisk by it because this is only used in Spain. And so we don't really do a lot of work with it. There is a subject pronoun for you guys informal, which would include tú and other people. So that would be vosotros, but we don't do a lot of work with that. Next is ellos, and that is they and masculine. So this is going to be all guys or a mixed group of guys and girls. Next is ellas, and that also means they, but this is only females. So if you have even one male in a group of 400 girls, you're going to use ellos instead of ellas. And then the last one is ustedes, and that is you guys, but in the formal sense. So you can see how these match up across each other. So the plural of I would be we. We don't use the plural of you here in this way informally. It would almost be like this connection here. L, the plural is they, all guys. A or a mixed group. Ella is the plural of, the plural would be ellas, which is only girls. And then usted is the formal you. Ustedes is the formal you guys. So these two aren't direct matches. These two are the direct matches, but tú doesn't really have a matchup except ustedes because we don't use vosotros with the Spanish word learning. Okay, and like I said, the asterisk indicates that this is only used in Spain. You will want to know that there is one subject pronoun, vosotros. Also, there is vosotras that is only used in Spain. And like I said, on the left-hand side, we have the singular, and on the right-hand side, we have the plural. So if it were me, I would make a chart that just has singular at the top left, plural at the top right, and then for singular, list all 5 of these. And then for plural, you're going to do nosotros, nosotras, skip vosotros, and then do ellos, ellas, ustedes. And what I would probably do just is at the bottom of my notes, just put an asterisk and put vosotros only used in Spain. So here we're going to do some work just making sure you understand how we get those plural combinations. So Steve and I, the girls and I, she and I, you and I, that's all going to be we. Anytime you include yourself, that's going to give you a result of needing to use the subject pronoun we. So in Spanish, I thought we were moving Spanish. Sorry. You and Steve, you and the girls, you and my mom, you and she. Those are all going to give us the result of the plural you guys. Now remember, in Spanish that we're learning, we do not have a direct correlation to you guys that would match up in the chart directly across. And so that'll make more sense here in a minute. So these are all going to be you guys. She and John, she and Mary, he and Tom, he and Haley, and he and the children. Those are all going to result in a subject plural pronoun of they. So if I have Esteban y yo as the singular, and then we've got these examples here, las chicas y yo, ella y yo, tú y yo, usted y yo, my answer is going to be nosotros or nosotras, depending. So here it's going to be nosotros because Esteban is a guy. So even if I'm talking about myself for yo, it's still going to be nosotros because Esteban is a guy. Here, it could be either, because if I'm using myself for the yo, then it's going to be nosotras because it's chicas, and then I am also a chica. So that's going to give me nosotras. But if Senor Queso, for example, is the yo, it's going to be nosotros because he is a guy. So that's why these are all possibilities of being either, dependent upon who the yo is. Okay? All right. So anytime you use somebody y yo, your answer is going to be nosotros and maybe nosotras. Tú y Esteban, tú y las chicas, tú y mi mamá, tú y ella, usted y Magdalena. These are all going to result in ustedes. Anytime you use ustedes and someone else, anytime you use two and someone else, it gives you the result of ustedes. Okay? And you don't have to worry about, is it all guys, a girl and a guy? That doesn't matter for ustedes. It can be a guy and a guy here. This could be a girl and all girls here. It's still going to be ustedes. There is no other form like in nosotros. Juan y ella, Maria y ella, Tomás y él, Amelia y Juan, los niños y él. Those are going to result, this one in ellos, this one in ellas because both are girls, this one in ellos, this one in ellos, and this one in ellos. Now, why was this the only one in ellas? Well, because if you look here, I have a guy, so that means we have to move to the masculine. I have a guy and another guy, a girl and a guy, but since there's a guy, masculine, and los niños, and that could be a mixed group. It could be little boys and little girls, but we have el, which is definitely masculine, so that's why it's ellos. This one is the only one that is ellas because both Maria and ella are feminine. So here they're asking you to write the plural. So if it's Esteban and yo, remember if it has yo, what did we remember that we'll always use? Nosotros, yes. Las chicas y yo, again, it has yo. So it could be nosotros, could be nosotros, nosotras. It depends on if the yo is a feminine or masculine. Tú y Esteban. Anytime we use two, remember what we use. Ustedes. And the abbreviation for ustedes is UDS period. Ana y Pedro. That's going to be ellos. There's a guy, there is a girl, but we always default to the masculine if there is a guy. Usted y yo. This one's a little tricky. But remember, anytime you use yo, it's like using I, which is we. And so then you're going to have nosotros, could be nosotras, because we're not sure of the gender of these two. Okay. So this goes on and has some more practice. You are welcome to go back to the notes and work on that practice if you would like. And the slides will show you the answers to those as well. But I'm not going to move on in the video with any of those and go over them. I'm just going to click through real quick and get those answers on there so we can continue to move forward. So the last thing I want to look at is replacing the name of the person with a subject pronoun. So this says reemplacen el nombre con el pronombre correcto. So replace the name with the correct pronoun. So here they give you an example. So if it's Maria, the correct pronoun would be ella, because Maria is a she, so ella is she. So if I'm using Pablo, think about what the correct pronoun to subject pronoun to replace would be. The correct answer is el. Pablo is a guy, so he, and then that in Spanish is el con acento. Pablo y Ana, well, in English, that would be they. And if you have a masculine and a feminine, that's going to mean you need to use the subject pronoun ellos. So this is more practice with that. Remember, if we have yo anytime, it's going to be nosotros or nosotras. But here, it's going to be nosotros because this is a guy. So even if this was a girl, if I was the one that was saying that I'm the yo, it's still going to be nosotros because there's a guy. Now here, there's a girl. So you could have nosotros or you could have nosotras, because if I am the yo, then it's going to be nosotras. If Juan is the yo, it's going to be nosotros. Okay, so that is some more practice, same kind of idea. And then that is all for this video. I hope this helped you with understanding the subject pronouns, los pronombres sujetos, in español. Adiós, mis estudiantes.